Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are going to do a little more trolling here at the new ocean map. Kaiji no Ri. And you'll see I've got loaded up the other boat here, the Scuda fishing yacht. So I'll let you look at the statistics. Obviously, it's listed right there on the DLC if you want to tell the difference. I mean, the bottom line is this one's going to be the boat that comes with the cheaper of the two DLCs. It's not quite as fast as the other one. It also is not going to have quite as much room to carry as much fish. You have to catch a lot of fish for that to come into play. I mean, I've never even been close to filling up the amount of fish. I'm actually going to go south this time. I always go north, and we found some really good fishing up there. I'm sure there's good fishing down here too. So let's just go south. I don't know exactly where to, but we'll just find some fish or some evidence of fish. And once we stop to start trolling, we will figure out what we want to fish with. So I did want to mention, if you want to see me doing some bottom fishing on this map, and I may end up doing a dedicated video to more bottom fishing, but I did end up doing a lot of bottom fishing while completing this quest. So according to when you're watching this video, the video where I do the map Sandy Island Trek quest may or may not be out yet, but it'll be out the next day or so. And it had us going for a giant trophy trevally, and I ended up using bottom rigs mostly to pursue that. So if you want to see some bottom fishing, just sort of anchored down in a position and experiencing some bottom fishing, that's what we did there, and it was very cool. So we are going to do some trolling here, but it has been fun to, because of the quest, to see some of the other fishing types and fishing and sort of strategies for this map. All right. I was actually looking at that quest trek mission because I want to make sure I don't do that mission, since we are not currently recording a mission episode. This is more of us just hang out, chill, and try some different things. Let me pull up some of the comments you guys have left on the recent videos I've released, especially the couple that I have already released with some trolling on there. I don't know, it's like the sonar doesn't seem like it's working in this boat. Maybe it is, maybe it only runs when we're going slower or something. Alright, I see some islands out here. Let's head out. Let's head out to these islands. I'm actually going to look at these islands really quick on the map. If we get going a little slower, we can pull up the regular map. Alright, so we're headed down. Alright, these are the quest areas based on where the wind is coming from for that next mission. Oh, it's over there too. Alright, so these are the islands I'm seeing out this way. Let's go see see if we see any good fishing spots while we're out there. Boy, if this sonar doesn't work as good for some reason, that's really going to change our ability. The one positive thing about this boat is that I believe you can see your rod and your line a little better while trolling. We'll actually experience it in action here in a minute. Obviously, it doesn't have as many rod holders as the larger boat, and you're not sitting up from the high elevation of the captain's seat like in the nice boat which is nice for its own reasons. However, if it may be the case, and what I've heard is that it actually is a little easier to see when you might have a fish on in this boat for that reason. Okay, so not the mission videos, but I wanted to pull up the two trolling videos and kind of look at the comments you guys have left. There's been some good comments there. So yeah, and not be, this boat doesn't go quite as fast, and so yeah, I mean that actually starts to come into play when you're, of course, going a longer distance like we are right now. If there is some good fishing out by these islands, we'll definitely drop a fast travel buoy. I assume this is the sonar, it just doesn't seem like it's on yet, for whatever reason. Alright, so we kind of get into some islands here. Let's slow way down, and let's see if fish start showing up on... Oh yeah, so sonar only works at certain speeds. I guess that makes sense. So we just passed a few fish behind us. Let's move forward just a little bit more here. I don't know what kind of fish are going to be out here, but I'd like to... I know one of the comments that I thought would be worth trying, somebody mentioned that people are using, so let's go with like a big 150 gram plug. We'll go with the lighter one, but, oh, I might have to re-put that on, but because what people are doing is they're putting these squid chains with the plug. And somebody in the comment was saying that from what they've seen or heard, that's how some people are catching some pretty nice fish. So I think we could try that on one rod. And maybe the other rod we'll start off with live bait. Maybe those sardines that we were catching some really nice fish on last time we were trolling. It's hard to know because I just don't know exactly what fish we're going to be running into out here, but I'm hoping between these islands and around these islands we might find some, I don't know if it's fair to call these islands, these rocks. We might find some decent fishing. Okay, all of a sudden fish are showing up. So let's actually slow down to a stop while we've decided what we want on the second line. Yeah, I think I at least want to start off. I mean, I'm sure we'll mix it up a good bit, but I think I want to start off with some of these Head Start sinkers. Let's go with the 100 gram. And then a live bait troller of 5/0 hook. And last time we were trying these scaled sardines, and we had some really good fish on there. I'd like to try those again. So let's come back here. Here are the scaled sardines. Let's go ahead and get these out in the water. Wow, that went so far. Alright, that's pretty cool. Let's lower that friction brake a little bit. And let's just set this down here in the side rod. That'll be interesting. See how that works. And then over here we'll put the plug in the water. That did not go as far, so let's let out a little bit more here. Okay, so let's see how fast 3% is in this boat. In the other boat, 3% ends up being about... Yeah, I like this. We can see the line in a little bit fuller way, even when we zoom in. So that's 4 knots. I think we were going 5 knots at 3%, if I remember correctly, although that could be impacted by things like wind, I suppose. Looks like we want to turn towards the fish here. Try to keep the fish near us. Fish escaped because of low tension. Don't know which one that would have been, but that's not good. Alright, there are some fish right in front of us. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright, we've got a fish on here for sure. And a fish on there. Let's see which feels better. Oh man, they actually both feel pretty good. But the bad news is we need to slow down or it's going to be annoying trying to catch either one of them. Let's see if we can just pull this one in pretty quick. That fish is just like swimming away from us. If it keeps doing that, might keep the tension up and the fish on. It seems like it's a really good fish, so I probably should have picked up that one instead. Alright, I'm going to switch and try to keep this on. I think we did. Now we'll switch again. Boy, I don't know how this juggle's going to go. Gotta watch the other one. We might be okay. Oh, it's got to keep that tension up. Alright, that's a nice dog-tooth tuna, and now let's switch here. Okay, amazing. Nice juggle there. Very, very, very nice. So unless something happens, I think we're going to get this fish in as well. Which is not that big of a fish. I guess we just had the friction break at such a reasonable spot that we're going to need to replace that line or leader. One of them is a little worn out for too long. Unfortunately, that line, I'm feeling it with that line. I'm going to go all the way up, see if we can't just get this fish in, because we're playing what feels like a never-ending battle here. That's also a dogtooth tuna. Very good one, but nowhere near trophy. So if we look at this, oh, we don't have a leader on. So we, what we're looking at is the durability of the line, which it is getting down some. And this is the mono 1.1, 345, which we have a good bit of it. I would say we do kind of want to, keep this as long as we can, probably. Maybe through one more fish, a couple more fish, I don't know. Okay. Let's start moving forward a little bit. So there's no fish on the sonar right now, but I think they're going to be close enough that it's probably a fine idea to go ahead and cast this out again. And because we're moving forward, that allows it to do that pretty nice, and we'll certainly send these scaled sardines out again, as they have not disappointed anytime I've had them on. Okay, so let's go a little faster, because we just happen to not be over any fish at the moment. But I'm hoping, since we're so close to these rocks and such, that we'll find another spot of fish pretty easily. If not, then we'll have to pull these up. Alright, we are slowing down a little bit. There might be a fish on. Let's at least feel what these sardines are doing. No, there's nothing on there. It's alright. So we do have fish all around us again on the sonar. So we'll try to stay on the fish as long as we can. Going 6 knots, maybe a little fast. Slow it down just a teeny bit. Nice slow troll here. Oftentimes this helps. Speed up just for the turn. I think we're less likely to lose a fish if we do that on the turn. Okay. We are still on the fish, although might be getting off the fish a little bit. Okay. See how high up in the water those sardines are? I think that might be a reflection of us going just a little fast, maybe. The heavy plug setup is down in the water like we want it. Looks like we're pulling those sardines up at the surface, which, you know, might be okay. I mean, some fish are feeding up there in the surface, I would imagine, but that could also limit what we're targeting. I'm wanting to put a lure, some sort of lure on that right to come off of the live bait fish. Maybe, I don't know which one, but I was trying to see if we could get one more fish before I do that, maybe. It does say you control these bucktails. That could be interesting. Of course, we've got trolling octopus that we can do a lot with. I've just really wondered if these squid jigs can be trolled at all. I brought some spoons, by the way. I don't see anything about jigging on the pilkers. So I'm not sure we're meant to jig pilkers at all. Alright, so we haven't had a fish in a minute. Let's go ahead and change this one out. And it could be that, you know, why we haven't had a fish on the first line either is because... Oh my goodness, we got a plastic bag. How long has that been on there? Okay. That's maybe one of the reasons why we haven't had a fish in a while. I wonder how often you need to check for something like that. Yeah, let's just try the bucktail for a bit. Especially if these are small fish, which I don't know if they are, but if these happen to be small fish that are out here, bucktail might be perfect to snag one. Just see what we're dealing with. Okay. Oh, maybe not. I thought this was going to have a fish on it, but false alarm, I guess. Ooh, wait. That one has to, right? Yeah. All right, there we go. So bucktail comes through. Are we still moving? It feels like this is a small fish that's just a little more difficult than it needs to be because the boat's still moving. I suppose we're still getting it in. Alright, narrow bared mackerel. Yeah, that's a little bit out of the fish. I've got to say, not overly impressed with the fishing in this spot. Let's go find somewhere else. Let's go see if we can find somewhere else. So one thing that's hard is we can't get any sort of like indication from the sonar. Oh no. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. I thought there was a bag or something on the line. Kind of got weird there for a second. Okay. Let's look on our map. We're just like down here in these islands. Again, this boat is not the best for this kind of thing, but let's go. I don't know, these shapes here, these look interesting. So just to the southwest of where we are now. Let's kind of head down there. All right, I'm trying a little bit here. Again, I know some spots that have been really good to me, and maybe I should stick with what I know for now. We're trying to not only experiment with some new lures and different stuff, but we're also experiment with some different spots. But, you know, there are some fish here down in the deeper area. Maybe not schools of fish, but there's some fish. And I did sort of come down to this area here on this map. I don't know that this is a particularly good place to fish. I just don't know. I just thought we would try it out. So far, it really has not produced much, but oh, there's some land right over there. I guess we could head towards that if... Oh, that's the mainland, actually. It looks much bigger. I thought we were so much farther away from it. I guess it's just a big place, though. I'm actually tempted to drop a travel buoy. We have 33. And no fish in particular, but at least it just helps us get out to here if we did want to come back or even go further. Oh, fish on, huh? Let's see what this feels like. Yeah, this feels pretty decent. We're gonna have to stop the boat. Oh, and I also switched this to a trolling octopus, as you can now see. It's a 57 gram 5/0 hook, so it's a big trolling octopus. And it looks like we might have hooked into something decent here. Ooh, is that a yellowfin? I believe it is. Well, there's our second level since being out here. Level 55. Oh, crab. That's actually a big deal. Oh, yeah, and scaled sardines, Gulf shrimp. Yeah, I mean, those are some, at least for the rest of our time out here, that actually is kind of a big deal. How's the sonar looking for us? It's an interesting place. Let's just throw this back out here, I think. A little bit longer. Okay. So one thing I wanted to look at was this fast travel system. I actually haven't done it yet. Now we do have a couple of options here. I think we'll actually go here because I'm pretty familiar with this area, and this will give us a chance to maybe do a little bit more trolling. So fast travel happened. Now if we go back and we try to fast travel again, so you see the cooldown time. With premium, 30 minutes, non-premium, an hour. So once an hour, if you're in a free-to-play, or once every half hour with premium, you can fast travel around here, which is such a big area. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing that that you can do. I appreciate that we're going for a really big fish, but it's also been a pretty slow bite rate. Let's put a slightly smaller one on. And we'll do 71 gram over here. Guess let's go ahead and start the engine. There's fish all around where we are right now, I guess. I've just got to remember to start checking these lines every once in a while just to make sure there's not, you know, something besides a fish on there clogging up the line. I'm starting to see that it might be happening a little more than I realized. If it seems like kind of weird, like we haven't caught a fish in a while, that might be the reason. All right, let's check something out real quick. All right, so we probably want to head north from here, which means I want to speed us up so we don't get too much slack in our lines. And we kind of are headed north. We'll do something like this, and then keep a good eye on the lines, and then we'll start just looking for fish here. Alright, there's some straight ahead, it looks like. Okay. Maybe have a chance to hook into something here. I like seeing that yellowfin tuna again, although it's just sort of random out in the middle of nowhere, wasn't it? Oh yeah, we're over some fish now, and there's some other fish around here too, so this is a good sign. We're hopeful that something will get going here. Excuse me, I got excited. Unpaused because I thought there was a fish on. Now I'm not so sure. I will say, and you know, it may be just like getting used to boats and the different speeds. I'm finding it a little more challenging to hook into some fish on this boat right now. Now, again, there's a lot of factors, and none of them may have to do with the boat in actuality, but I am struggling a bit more than I'm used to struggling. And I will tell you, for now, I'm going to put I'm going to go right back to that live bait situation. We just need to get some fish. I mean, I'm just sort of like, you know, ready to catch some fish, I guess, is what I'm saying. I actually don't know that I want to cast back out right now. Let's just put it out there for a minute at least, and let me check this line, make sure there's nothing just like sitting on this line. We're gonna definitely switch this setup to something that perhaps will have a little better bite rate too. Which I think in this case should probably be a trolling octopus. Let's just do 57 gram the purple and pink one. I just thought of something. Remember, this is the one where my line is, my line has seen better days. I actually think I want to move to the smaller squid chain. We'll go blue as well. It's interesting, it takes the plug off when you switch that, but it doesn't take the trolling octopus, which I don't know why it would be different, but okay. So now we are traveling along. The problem is I just don't see any fish right now. But, oh, here's some over here. Let's get closer to the island. It may not be where we catch the largest fish, but it is often where we at least can find some fish. So let's go check over here a bit. All right. I think we're on something here. Yeah. Okay, love to see it. Love to see it. Wait, is he doing something too? No, I don't think so. Okay, so we had to put a smaller trolling octopus on there, but that did finally get us a bite. Let's just, now that we know we're in some waters here with some fish, let's actually increase the size of the trolling octopus just slightly. We're at 57 gram. Let's go to 71 gram, but let's keep the same color. I just want to make sure that there's nothing blocking the line here. So, assuming there's not, then we will cast it right back out. I'm sure it's just because I've gotten used to it, but I really think I prefer the other boat. I think because I've used it more, I feel more confident in telling when there's a fish on the line. Oh, we need to move faster than this, by the way, on this turn, or we will lose some fish potentially. Going this way does seem to move us away from some of the fish activity, but oh, we've got a fish on. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. That's the kind of fish that we're going to need to stop this boat for. Alright. Well, at least we've gotten some fish here. And this is on the scaled sardines with the live bait trolling hook. It's not a big fish, but hey, it's a fish. We'll take it. All right, greater amberjack, nice fish, nice money. Love to see that. All right. We have at least one fish on. Not that big of a fish. He's coming in quick. I think we may get two unless he just suddenly comes off the pressure. Oh, he did. Yeah. Oh, that's the one that escaped. Well, we played 50-50 with it. Either way, it was going to be a small fish. I guess we got the smaller of the two, though, I think. Maybe we should have just held on to what we knew there. Skipjack tuna. $2,600. We'll take it. And we are in... just a notoriously good spot to fish here. And I hate that we lost the fish off this one. It might not have been the right choice, but neither one of those fish were going to be groundbreaking, I do not think. Yeah, I don't know. Right here, we probably actually may want to head sort of right by the island over here. Okay, I guess we could go to the right of this rock. I'm seeing some stuff show up on sonar over here as well. Speed up a little bit to make sure that what we're trolling is fully behind us, so we can easily see that that hit if the fish comes. And then we can slow way down. Again, a lot of times I have the best hit rate when we're going pretty slow on these trolls. All kinds of fish underneath us right now. Looks like a lot of them, they're up in the surface area, according to our machinery here. I think we do have a fish on line 2 here. Sounds like a doozy. Scaled sardines strike again. And now that we're on the fish, we could probably pop this up to a 5/0 hook and maybe even push our trophy chance a little more. I don't know. This looks like a nice little fish here. Trophy Greater Amberjack. I think what we want to do here is go ahead and, for now, we're going to do that. Once we get uniques, maybe we'll delete some of these trophies, but I mean, the truth is, I'll leave this here. I know, I mean, this run here between these marks and this mark, this is the spot for me so far. We've We've had some good success. All right, let's try to get maybe one more fish, and then I might have to call it for tonight. I am awfully tired. All right. We still got fish all around us, but let's go ahead and start moving forward so this is a little easier to cast. And we've got a fish on this, believe it or not. I think it's small enough that we can just reel this straight in, but while we're trolling, this is kind of exciting. If the boat wasn't moving, this would be the easiest thing in the world. So surely it's not worth all this to not have the boat be moving. Goodness. Greater amberjack, love to see it. And I'll take a chance here. We'll go 115 plug. Just in case something big wants to hit us. I don't know, the line's pretty worn out, but we'll give it a spin. Alright, how are we doing on speed, direction? I think we want to... I actually think we want to take a left and head right into those waters. Right over there. We need to watch the lines while we're making this turn here. Alright, man, I really thought we had a fish. Sometimes you just get these like hits, but it did not stay. We've sort of made a big loop here. We're kind of back in. Yeah, there's an example of one right there. We're back in. Oh, that might be the real deal. Let's just check it and see. Not the real deal. We're back in this area. There we go. That's a real deal. Alright. We've kind of done a loop here. The fish are just really good in this spot, so kind of looped back around. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, we just came back through the same spot we caught the last fish, so we at least have one more fish to show. Oh, this other rod, did it? No, maybe not. I don't know, it dipped for a second. What is this? Oh, it's a little giant. It's a small one. Alright, let's make sure nothing weird's happening on this line. I don't think it is. Okay, so we're gonna end tonight. I don't feel like this was the best session ever. I tell you, one of the concerns I have with being a level 55 player here on the sea is the durability loss that my line has taken. And I would imagine to replace ocean power mono, saltwater mono, well, just any mono that would work for me in the store. Let's see. That's 0.8, so that's only 40 kilos, and that would be a ton of... I'm just trying to see how much would it cost me to replace something like this kind of mono. 1.1 mono, like how close can we get to that? 1.05 is getting there. It's not there, but it's getting there. All right, here it is. It would be 615 bait coins, which is just so much bait coins. So that's the kind of the thing that's messing with me a little bit. And then, of course, we can buy it ourselves once we get much higher level. It looks like 87, but, you know, I'm not going to be 87 this year. Maybe not next year, probably not ever. So, in my backpack right now, I don't know if there's additional line in the home. I guess we have some braided line as well. 70 kilo. We could do 66 at least. We've got some of this. So we've maybe got a little more line than I realized. We're using about 300. We are using 345 meters on here. We could put, and that's 70. We could put less line on at a time. How often am I actually going to use that much line? So we could maybe extend it to make it go further. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point because I'm tired, but it's just interesting. Fish storage. So we haven't been going at it that long, but we did catch some nice fish. 68,366. I know I meant to read a bunch of comments. I'll try to do it on the next episode. I just got tired. It was trying to keep fishing a little longer, but I did get very tired. Okay, as always, thanks for watching. Tight lines, everybody. Let me know how your fishing's going if you're also playing this at the moment. But we'll try to get some more trolling in soon. Really enjoying it myself. All right, thanks so much.